You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another episode of my game collection. In this episode, we're going to look at some more inputs and possibly some more. We'll see how long this gets to be. So starting off with, we have Takeshi no Sengoku for Unji. This is the other Takeshi game that I didn't have last time, but I have this time. And by last time, I mean last time I did import games. I did, of course, have this when I did the Dozer Max Zip-Up Case collection video. But yeah, this one's a lot lesser known. I'm pretty sure it's like a party game, like kind of like Mario Party and stuff like that, but on the NES. And it's set in like the Sengoku era. But there's the actual cartridge itself. Much like the other Takeshi games, this was released by Taito. And here's the manual. We're probably not going to dive into it all that much, so we'll probably just look at it here. But there's the back of it. Next up, we have the only imported PS3 game I have, which is Lollipop Chainsaw Premium Edition. Now, I got this because I wanted the Shiro costume, which I'm hoping I have access to, because when I put it in my PS3, it plays the American version of the game, so I'm hoping that I didn't waste my money getting this version. Then again, my PS3 is modded, so maybe if I installed the disc, it would act differently. I have no fucking idea. But there's the disc itself, there's an insert, and there's the manual. Next up, we have Initial D, Special Stage. There's the back of the case. Now, I have not played this one, but I definitely will in the near future, ideally. But there's the manual, and there's another insert. Next up, we have Berserk Millennium Falcon Arc on PS2. There's the back of the case on that. And there's the disc and the manual. And then I actually have an English fan translation of this that I've been using on the stream. There's the back of the case. And the disc itself, no manual with this, obviously, because it is a fan-made reproduction that has an English translation on it. That's all the imports, so let's just dive into some more random stuff to actually have this be a decently length video. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. There's the back of the case. And the disc itself. I haven't really played this one a ton. I played the original Budokai games. I know Tenkaichi is a 3D fighting style rather than a 2.5D fighting style, but I haven't really played it yet. Next up, we have the Simpsons Wrestling. Kind of a dog shit fighting game from what I've heard, but I haven't played it really all that much yet. I think I played a little bit of it briefly. But it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I do like Simpsons games, so I wanted to have this one. It was really relatively cheap when I bought it. It was so many years ago, I don't remember how much, though. But there's the disc and the manual. Next up, we have God of War. This is the original God of War, or it might be the original God of War 2. No, I think it is just God of War, but it is a 2-disc set. And that one's the actual game disc. Next up, we have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. Now, you might be wondering, what the fuck is the theme, or, tying all this together? I just grabbed a bunch of random games off the shelf. That's how we're doing this. I have a big-ass game collection. We're never going to finish this series. It's going to take forever. Especially with the long-ass hiatuses I've had in between. Next up, we have Halo Anniversary. There's the back of the case. There's the disc, the insert about Grunt's funeral, the manual, and it did have a slipcase. Next up, we have Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. I remember I bought this years ago at a thrift store. Haven't actually played it. There's the back of the case. And there's the disc and the insert. Here we have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Generation. So there you go. I didn't even have the two Naruto games together. That's how fucking disorganized this one is. But I did get the imports all together. So there you go. I actually was just originally planning to do imports again, but I figured that that would not be a very long video. Here we have Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. I have Saw 1 as well, but it's just the disc, and I'm not sure where I put it at the moment. There's the back of the case. And the disc itself. My phone keeps saying that it's rotating, so hopefully it's actually not, but we'll see how it looks. Here we have Halo Reach. There's the back of the case. And the disc and manual. Here we have Call of Duty 3. There's the back of the case. And the actual disc is in a slipcase inside. Next up we have Ape Escape, Pumped and Primed. This is a party game. I have not yet played it. I'll probably play it on stream at some point. I do love the Ape Escape games. I think this introduced the Peepatrons. Or maybe 3 introduced them, and the Peepatrons were meant in this, and that was like a feature to promote this. I don't know. I don't know the chronology of how they were released. Next up, we have Doom Eternal, one of my all-time favorite modern games, one of my all-time favorite games. A lot of these are favorites of mine, like Halo and stuff is obviously one of my favorite franchises of all time, too. But Doom Eternal is great, so obviously I own it. There's the back of the case, and the disc and insert. Next up, we have Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1. Absolute classic game. I've done plenty of videos on it, and I've streamed through it a few times now. The actual disc is in my 360, which is currently not hooked up because I got the PS3 hooked up, so it's not going to be in this video. But rest assured, I do have the disc, hence how I've been playing it on my current Rumble playthrough, even though I do also have the game on PC technically, and I've also got it on Game Pass on Xbox One. Then here's Walking Dead Season 2. You may notice I have this on PS3 and that on 360. That's because the PS3 version of this has a scene where you can shoot Mike, or it did at one point. It got patched out later. I doubt it's on the disc version, but just in case, I got that on PS3 when I bought the disc version. And this one, the disc is actually in the case. So there we have it, some more inputs and a very, very random other selection. I hope you've enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles!